implore you to wake up. I challenge Black Americans to wake up to your true history, because your quarrel is not with white men. Wake up and learn the true history of slavery, because that wasn't exactly a white men sport.
I despise the fact that she can be so pretty and so goddamn stupid. Actually, bitch, let me go ahead and start it here. Yes, slavery was a long time practice that a lot of people did have. The one thing about America that makes their slavery different than the rest is America created a color-based caste system. What that means is no matter your status, no matter your education, no matter your equipment, no matter your abilities, no matter what you can do or what you can bring to the table, if you're in America and your skin is of this color, you are a slave. Your children are a slave. Your children's children are a slave, and we plan on keeping it that way forever. We can do whatever we want to you. We will do whatever we want to you, and it doesn't matter because you're not a person. That's going to be part of the difference. All right. My name is KJ Lee. I am your host. Today we are talking about Black history I never learned. Usually we don't start off with a reaction, but today I had to get into it because it brought me into something I was already going to talk about. Let's talk about the Jamestown expedition. You know, the people that were here first in your mind, the people that were here first to build America. Y'all want to know something? They sent them people off to die. They didn't give a fuck about them people. They said, you know what? We'll pay for your expedition and we'll get you out here. But truth be told, they were broke as hell. Nobody gave a fuck about them. They said, we will pay for you to leave. And they did. And guess what happened? They got here and they accidentally found America. They got to America. And while here, they found out them Indians wasn't they goddamn friend. Them Indians came with a bunch. And one thing that they did, look it up, it's true. One of the Indian captains came to the Jamestown colony and said, hey, that water, that's ours. So if y'all touch the water or any of the animals that drink from the water, we will come here and we're going to burn this whole thing down. You lucky we letting you stay here in the first place. It really happened. So guess what? Now they can't eat animals and they can't drink water. They started dying. They had famine. They started dying at really, really high rates. It got so bad, they start eating people. I ain't never been so hungry I wanted to eat a person. You know how they were on green grass and looking at humans and like, yeah, I'm about to eat that baby. You know they started with the babies. So from 1607 to 1610, they were starving. They were in constant conflict. The natives were pushing their ass all the way to the border. Sound familiar? And so they were unprepared for the starving time. They were eating rats, leather, and eventually each other. And this wasn't survival or heroines. This was colonial incompetence. This was people who were rich saying, get them niggas out of my face. We ain't sending them no more money. We ain't sending them no more supplies. We keeping our boats. Fuck them. That's who they were. That's why they didn't like each other. That's why they eventually got into the fight that they got into. So I hate when people sit here and try to be like, slavery wasn't really, it was America didn't create slavery. America created their own. America created their own. And you know, bitch, they good at that. They're good at stuff like that. So what we're not going to do is sit up here and act like you didn't understand what that society was and how it worked. Because every other society, slaves were people who were usually prisoners of war. And they had conditions that let them out. If you travel outside this country, you know, flying ass, you would realize that you can hear how the stories of other slaves were. It was in South Africa. They said slaves had days off and celebrations and whatnot. I'm in the back of the Uber like, what? Slave days? I don't think we have the same words, sir. That's got to be lost in translation. They both say the same thing, but I don't think they mean the same thing. You know why? Because America had their own slavery. America had their own slavery. Simply put, sit up here and argue with you, God damn it, because you talk good. People think that you smart. All them white, stupid followers, I'm so sick of it. I get angry. I'm about to get myself removed from fucking standards and shit because you stupid.